Alright, how's it going, everyone? My name is Austin, or TBEAspectZ, and this is just going to be my Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2020 year in review. And for the most part, it's kind of depressing, but to be honest, throughout this year, I feel like I've learned a lot as a player, as an individual, as of how far I am. Or how close I am towards my goal. I don't necessarily know, but we'll just take it in order here. So from the beginning of this year, I teamed with some old teammates that I went to LAN with back in World War II. I still team with them in the beginning of BO4 as well. It was kind of going bad. We couldn't really get on the same page in the beginning of the year. I was a rage case. I was dropping like 8 to 10 kills a map in hardpoint, which just isn't acceptable, but I wasn't doing my part to play the game enough and learn, and so I played for the first 2 or 3 weeks, October to early November, and then I quit until I'd say mid-December, and then I said fuck it. I'm like, I want to do this, you know what I mean? Like, I have the capability to, with my personal life aligning up, even before COVID happening, you know what I mean? Like, I just had the time this year to be able to pursue my passion, so I told myself, is like, I've never given Call of Duty a full, even 1 year of taking it serious. I give up, whether it be 2-3 months into the game. Like, the last game that I really pursued really hard, to be honest, was AW, and even in AW I didn't go to any majors. I went to UGC Niagara, and I went to a local in Toronto. Granted, I didn't do terrible, but that's not the point. So yeah, I've never pursued because I give up. I give up way too easily, and even throughout this year, that was the theme. So anyway, after December hit, I couldn't find a team for Minnesota for the LAN event, for the Open. I was like, whatever. Started grinding pro points. I was already 3,000-4,000 even more behind, anywhere from top 32 and onwards, and I started playing with better players, and I started picking up little tendencies on how to play the map properly, especially as an AR. Just hearing the little things to push through right, to break P2 on Gunrunner, stuff like that. Don't OE left. They were just things that I was playing with, even pickups with pro points, that I was just getting better. But to be honest, there isn't much throughout that. I placed top 64 once this year, in a home series. Granted, I've probably played 8, 9, maybe even 10 home series throughout this year. All with pickups. I think there was one with my brother where we had a week of practice, but it was just it was always something. But I don't want to put the blame on anybody else but myself, because this year there's still more that I can do to make myself better. I know how negative this year was, and how lack of a grind I put into the game. I know for a fact that the fundamentals that I picked up on how to be a proper main AR or an AR in general, I learned a lot. You know what I mean? I used to always watch these pro player videos, and they would give tips on centering and pacing and things like that. And I know they might seem simple, but I could never understand it and transition it to my gameplay. I would have a really bad habit of not being able to break my bad habits. With someone who's been playing Call of Duty on and off for 10 years, I'm sure they're gonna have some things that there's a reason why I'm not top amateur level yet, is because I'm still doing things that I've been doing in the past, and that it just doesn't allow me to think or have a proper thought process. And I think because of that, that's why I'm so inconsistent. Because at times I have shown throughout this year that I can compete with some of the best. You know what I mean? Some of the best Canadians, some of the best people in the home series, playing pickup pro points. The kids, I know it's just pro points, but what else can I go off of if I can't make it far enough in these events to do anything? Especially if we do an event and I have a bad series or someone else has a bad series, and it's just Like, there's always something, you know what I mean? Like, I can say 500,000 different things about the amateur scene in this community, but to be honest, I haven't applied myself as much as much as I could, because like if we are being honest here, there's thousands and thousands of players that are pursuing my dream, our dream, each and every single day. And to set yourself apart from all of those players, like it's really tough to do, and it's not easy by any stretch of the imagination. But in turn, you need to have a very, very strong work ethic. You need to be able to apply yourself. And those are things that I haven't done. I've just given up on. Like, even when it comes to content, like I have 8 different YouTube channels with like 10 videos on each of them from almost every single different COD, because I can't. Consistency and hard work and motivation has always been very fickle with me, and because of it, like I haven't allowed myself to develop the skill set even, to become a better or the best player that I know I can be. Now, I can come to say that MW wasn't the best game, but to be honest, you know, I had fun most of the time, even getting shit on. Like I didn't mind. I live in Alberta, Canada, in Grand Prairie, which is northern Canada at that, and like location is not very good. There's not very many people. Like, even like I play with buddies who live in Edmonton, and you know they're 4.5 hours away from me, and they still ping 120 on my house or vice versa, and that's the best that I can get. But I'm not the type of person to make an excuse like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's still, yeah, again, like this year there was just so much that I could do. I guess throughout that, I was teaming with my brother for a while. He decided to pick it up after me. I think he picked it up in March, April, something like that. He was really adamant about not liking this Call of Duty, as well as, you know, he can see the blatant issues with me not being, I mean, like, what's the word that I'm looking for? I'm not as smart as him as a player, you know what I mean? So like when he sees me doing stupid things, I can understand why that would get someone irritated, especially throughout the years. But to be honest, again, this is the first year that I pursued, I'm not up to the highest that I could. Like, absolutely, like I could have watched VODs a lot more. I could have sat there and took notes and actually applied it and like went over every single situation and centered myself and like, you know, this, that, and the other thing. Like behind me, for example, like I wish I could show you this to you guys. I have a printout. Actually, fuck it, I'm gonna show you. Let's do this. This is just Ramaza. I have a printout of every single layout of the competitive map set that we play in CDL. This one, for example, let's see if you guys can see this. Is Ramaza. So you can see there's the coalition spawn. You can see the dots are the spawn points. P whatever is the hard points, obviously, and these are spawns, right? So I literally went down and watched about 10 different maps per, like, this is Ramaza hardpoint. I'd watch it 10 different times, and I would literally put dots every single spawn that I got. Which, to be honest, I could have done a better job of doing that, because what I learned later throughout the game is that it's all quadrant spawns. So like if someone is pushed up top left, well, that means the other team or you are going to spawn bottom right, or one person in the back and like switch the map, right? It's all based on that instead of individual spawn points. One thing I didn't do in other Call of Duties is learn the spawns or pay attention to spawn knowledge and how to block and anything like that. So that's something in this game that I did really well, in my opinion. So anyway, I teamed with my brother for about 3 to 4 months or so. I think we were making progress. That kid was becoming one hell of a player. For the most part, he would stand out more than I would, especially against the better players. But again, I've just shown so many instances of me being able to compete and actually, do something, but just not consistently. That was probably the biggest hinder this year. And I know that I'm more than capable. Like, there's at times where absolutely my confidence deteriorates completely, and yeah. And something else I learned too is to be much professional of a player. This year I think I've been like the least amount of toxic that I have, and I've still been toxic. I went back and deleted a bunch of tweets. Maybe it's because of the cancel culture that we're in. Yeah, but you know that's definitely a start, and I still want to start making content. Sorry, even if this video gets 10 views, like I don't care. Like this is for myself in the future. You know what I mean? But yeah, like even you know that's what I told my girlfriend this year too. Is like I can't put Call of Duty behind me until I've given it everything that I have, and you know, and it's okay if I can't accomplish my dream as long as I give everything that I can. You know, then I can actually move on from it, right? But I still haven't done that. So yeah, this is the 2 days before the LCQ that's happening on Saturday, and I'm playing with a good bunch of guys. You know, one of my like really good friends, and you know, but like 3 of them don't have a lot of pro points. I don't even have a lot of pro points myself. Like I shouldn't even be talking that much. But we're gonna give it our all, and we'll see what happens. And you know, if it's a day for me just to play my best, then so be it. You know what I mean? But we're gonna see what we can do, and if we can't, that's okay too. After that, the year will be behind me, and yeah. But I just want to take this 15 minutes or so to reflect and just to be able to, you know, vent. You know, about my shitty year. I still 25 years old. I still haven't been to a major. Yeah, I definitely want to go to a major before I can put this behind me for sure. And everyone can hope for the next COD. And to be honest, the skill set that I picked up this year can only translate, you know, to next COD. Now it's only a matter of time before I pick it up. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm capable again. I just have to apply myself more. I need to pay attention to the little things, and yeah. But yeah, this is gonna be it for the depressing vlog. I hope you boys might enjoy it. I know the quality is really shitty. I picked up this webcam. It was the only one in my city at a fucking pawn shop for $5. So I mean, you know, you can see the FPS isn't the best, and the quality, I don't even know what the quality is, but we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is Austin Aspects or TBEAspecZ, whatever you want to call me, and appreciate you you watching the video, and we'll hope to see you next time.